There's our referee for this afternoon's game, Ron Fournier, who is a backup official in the National Hockey League, actually spending most of his time right now working in the American Hockey League, but an NHL official will be working this game. And a look now at the starting goaltenders. To your right, Jesse Krolik and Bob Dupuis will start this game. Tom, I think we're going to see two goaltenders in this game for Canada's Olympians.
Yes, well, we had planned in today's game to play Bob Dupuis the first 30 minutes, no matter what happens, and then Paul Peugeot the last 30 minutes.
Dupuis, former Athlete of the Year in the North Bay area. He played in the Northern Ontario Hockey Association Junior League, that's Tier 2 hockey, and more recently with Senior A hockey with the Barrie Flyers in Ontario. Play is underway now. It's from the face-off at center ice. Kevin Maxwell circling back inside his own blue line, clears it out over center ice. Digging back for it is Anton Stastny. He shoots it out to center ice. And the puck comes in against the boards. Working along the boards is Gregg, but he is taken out of the play, and the puck is cleared out to center ice. Stastny to the line. Stastny over the line along with Marion Stastny. Good hit in the corner now, and the puck is cleared away by Kevin Maxwell out over center ice. We've got a race for it now as Barry's in after it, along with Jussi Bubla, the veteran defenseman. And Bubla leaves it there for Zindel. Zindel clearing it along the boards out to center ice, and Maxwell's got it. Maxwell circling back inside his own blue line for Canada. He shoots it to center ice. Zindel after it, cleared away, and the puck is down over the line. McLean came in ahead of the play, and it's called on the offside. Well, the Czechoslovakian national team and Canada have met a number of times, and there you see the scores. Back in September, that was the Rudy Pravo tournament in Prague, 9-2. But since then, Canada has had a certain amount of success against Czechoslovakia. 1st of January against the B team, it was 5-1 Canada, and against the B team again on January 3rd, 4-3 Canada. And at the bottom of that list, that Saturday night game last week, which Canada was a winner 6-3. Out at center ice now with the puck, Glenn Anderson. He's over the line. The puck goes into the corner. Anderson's there with it. Anderson trying to get it in front, and it's cleared away by the defense. Out to center ice, digging after it. There is Martinez. Martinez over the line, and he checked on the play by Don Spring, and the puck is in the corner. Tim Waters. Waters along the boards, out to center ice. It hops over the stick of Dvorak, and on the far boards, bringing it in over the line is Jim Hill. He's checked on the play. Here's a chance now for Anderson, and he can't get it out in front of the net. Puck piles up in the corner, and they lost sight of the puck, and it ended up on the far boards. Coming out of his end is Martinez at center ice. Martinez over the line. Martinez circling the defense. It's in front, and alertly covering up and clearing it away on the play with Tim Waters. Behind the net. It's cleared along the boards. Kept in, out of the net now is Dupuis. He leaves it there, gives it to the defense. Waters. Waters in the corner. Waters firing it off the back boards. There it's Spring. Spring over to the far side. Waters can't pick it up. It's cleared in front of the net. Here's a chance for Breitz there. And the puck is cleared out to center ice away from the point. Alupa over on the far side, getting it to Naliba. Naliba shooting it in. And back to get it is Cudlitz. Cudlitz unable to get loose. Spring in there, cleared in front of the net. It's stopped by the skate of Waters. Waters comes away with it to center ice now and hoists it down the ice. And the bouncing puck will roll into the corner. It's touched there by Naliba and called for the icing.
One of the things you have to do against, here we see the Czechoslovakian bench. There's Ludi Bukic and Carl Gutt. Both of these coaches have been there for a while. We see Glennie Anderson going off the Canadian bench, and you have to try and change your players up very quickly against them because they keep the pace of the game as high as they possibly can, and you don't want to get out there too long so that you can't do the job.
From the face-off, the draw is won by Canada as it's cleared into the corner by Dalvis. Now out at center ice, Grant shooting it over the line, and it's stopped there and cleared back out to center ice. Covering up is Peary. Peary turning. He shoots it into the Czechoslovak zone. Dalvis after it. The puck is hooked behind the net. Here's a chance for Canada. Estevacus puts it out in front. And now it's Peary after it in the corner. Puck into the boards. Noby clearing it rink wide out to center ice. And at center ice, it's Coberley. Coberley shooting it into the Canadian zone. Behind his own net, Joe Grant. Grant clearing it to the boards. Number 3 is Peary. He gets it out to center ice where it's gobbled up by Coberley. Coberley leaving it off for Stastny. That's Marion Stastny. He clears it over 2 lines, and it'll be brought back on the offside for a face-off a few feet inside the Czechoslovak blue line. Well, the one thing thing we have to worry about, I guess, Tom, with this Czechoslovakia team is their offense. They can put the puck in the net.
Well, certainly they have all the experienced forwards. They're capable of scoring a lot of goals in any game. Very high-scoring team.
Bobla with the puck. He shoots it out to center ice. And speaking of offense, there's one of the best offensive defensemen in the world. There's Dalvin, a shot from the net by Stastny. Puck is in against the boards. They move it along the boards, trying to get it out. Finally, it's brought to center ice, but Primo was unable to control it. And now, at center ice, Marian Stastny, number 18, to the line. Stastny working to the boards. He's bodied out of the play by Randy Gregg, the team captain for the Olympics. Now, out to center ice it comes once again. Taken by Vidislav. He loses it. On the far boards once again, Stastny. Stastny puts it right onto the stick of Warren Anderson. Anderson back to the far side. Gregg shooting it in. And back into his own end is Bubla once again. Number 19 out to almost intercepted right at the blue line by Devani. Now over the line. Here's a chance. The shot just bounces wide. Good save there by Dupuy, who did a good job of cutting off the angle. Now in the corner. They roll it in front, and it's blocked by the defense this time. They score! It went off the back of Dupuy's leg and into the net, and Czechoslovakia leads 1-0.
Well, these are the ones that hurt. Here we see the puck. It comes loose in the corner. We didn't have quite the clearing that we should have had. The puck goes into the corner. There's the first opportunity. Here we see the shot coming right out of the corner. Seems to hit Dupy on the back of the inside pad and going behind it. But certainly we didn't have control of the puck in our own zone, and you don't like to go behind this hockey club early in the game.
All right, 1-0 the score. From the face-off now, it's back into the Czechoslovak zone. Halupa trying to bring it away. It's off the back of a skate as Maxwell's in for checking. Now, cleared away inside the zone. Here's a quick wrist shot taken by Berry. Behind the net now, circling away from the checking is Dvorak. Into the corner on the far side now. Taken by Aberman. He's the captain for Czechoslovakia. Spring gets it at center ice. He's got people trapped inside the blue line. Now gives it off on the far side to Paul McLean. It's taken by Tim Waters, number 5. He hits the line of the shot, and it's a good one. And acrobatically, Relic goes down.
Well, here we have Tim Waters just moving over that line, letting the puck go when the Czechoslovakian defense gave him all kinds of room just to move up in, and Kralik just was able to close his legs on that puck there to keep it from the net.
With the score, Czechoslovakia 1, Canada 0. This is CTV's Wide World of Sports. The CTV will be featuring the 13th Olympic Winter Games in Lake Placid, New York, February 12th, 14th, and 16th. You'll see Olympic hockey between 8:30 and 11. The best in the world. Czechoslovakia, Canada, USSR, USA, Sweden, Finland, all going for gold. As the puck is over the line now into the Czechoslovak zone. Cleared into the corner. There's Nil with it. Nil loses it in the corner as he is checked to Stastny. Stastny clears it out to center ice, and it's gobbled up out there by Grant. Grant trying to clear it rink wide. That went off Nil's skate. And going back to pick it up will be Davidson. Davidson to this side. Terry O'Malley. Familiar face. Clears it down into the Czechoslovak end. Taken there by number 19, Bubla. Bubla to Sindel. Sindel gets it out to center ice, but turning with it is Davidson. Now he fires it back into his own end, and Joe Grant will go back to get it as Dupuy leaves it for him. Grant on the boards for O'Malley. O'Malley getting it up over the glass. Called for another face-off. Czechoslovakia leading this one 1-0. And the face-off will take place outside the blue line as Czechoslovakians have Novak out there along with Martinez and Aberman, a veteran line. From the face-off, taken for Team Canada by Gregg. He shoots it down into Czech zone. And here come the Czechs once again as the puck is fired out to center ice. The center ice area, Novak shooting it in. Behind the net is Anderson having trouble. Now he's got it. Anderson over to the far side. Randy Gregg at the blue line at center ice. Ahead now, down over the line comes Team Canada. Dalvis clearing it in front, and tied up on the play in front of the net was Peary. Good defensive work there by Czechoslovakia. Now Peary gets it again behind the net. Now getting a whack at it is Dalvis. Now Peary right out in front, and it just cut out the outstretched stick of Stepancic. Now it's center ice for Czechoslovakia. It's Aberman. He stopped, gets it again on the far board, checked again, and the puck is poked ahead. Stepancic shooting it in. Out of his net is Kralik. He leaves it for Novak. That's direction Halupa bringing it out at center ice. Primo jammed in against the board. So Stevani, and they'll hold it there for a face-off near Czechoslovakia's bench.
Well, we had a little flurry there, a few opportunities, and one of the things that is very important here in trying to, here we have the goal scorer Anton Stasny, who put the Czechoslovakian team ahead with that shot from the corner. But one of the things, you can't let the Czechoslovakians get too far ahead of you. The same with most European teams. Once they get a long way in the lead, they just keep adding to it, and it just makes your job a lot tougher.
So Anton Stasny, you saw him sitting on the bench, who scored that goal. Sindel getting the assist. As the puck is at center ice now, working down to the line and unable to get through is Waters. Puck is in goal! For Primo, and he backhanded it just wide. Now out at center ice, it's Waters turning with it once again. He hoists it down to the Czechoslovak blue line, circling with it now away from the checking is Kaberle. He gets it rinked wide. Now shooting at the center ice is Frietzer. Over to the far boards it goes, and it's Mozar over the line. His shot on the short side is juggled momentarily and cleared out in front. Here's the shot. That's partially deflected. Good work there by goaltender Bob Dupuy as he took it out of the crowd and stopped further action. Get a chance to take a look at that shot on goaltender Jussi Kralik.
Here we see Kevin Primo just taking it away from the Czechoslovakian defender and just scooping the puck wide of the glove hand of Kralik, but quite close there, trying to come within just inches of tying up the hockey game here.
Face-off will be to the right of Canada's goal. Puck is cleared to Czechoslovakia. It's out to the blue line now. Bubla getting a shot away. They shoot in the pool. They did not score. The net is off its moorings for one thing. I did not see the light go on. And Ron Fournier, the referee, is over at the bench. And I believe he has called it a goal. Yes, he has. We still haven't seen the light there. It hit the post, went across the goal mouth, and I think just barely crossed the line.
Well, I think it hit both posts and went behind Bob Dupuy. We didn't have a good angle here, but here we see the shot coming from the point from Bubla. There's the try for the deflection in the first case, the little scoop. There it hits one post, moves across. We don't see it hit the other post, but apparently it did go behind Bob Dupuy.
Well, it'll be Kadlec who'll get the goal, number 8 for Czechoslovakia. Turning with it now inside his own end under pressure is Terry O'Malley. O'Malley fighting off, but Czech can't get it out of the line. Over the line, rather. Over to the far boards it goes now. Novak shooting it down to the net. Here's a chance now for Dvorak, but he hooked it wide. Now it's out in front again, and O'Malley cleared that away. Out in front, here's a chance again. A shot, they score! Aberman has scored to make it 3-0.
Well, maybe the Czechoslovakian team here, maybe here we see another look at it. The puck goes in, they control it inside the zone, they throw it in front. The little deflection to the far side comes a little bit later on. Here they're controlling it again, throwing it in front. Here's Aberman having time. Watch this shot. He just puts it over Dupuy's shoulder. Here it is. Whoops, right over the shoulder, over the glove hand, just underneath the bar.
So Aberman, Bohuslav Aberman, another veteran, has put Czechoslovakia into a 3-0 lead in this game. Martinez will get an assist on this one during the midway point of the first period. 3-0, Czechoslovakia leading. The face-off at center ice. Alves wins the draw. Back to Greg. Greg trying to feed Nil out at center ice. He finally got him on the second try. And now it's over on this side. And cleared in by Anderson. Now behind the net. Here's a chance for Canada, but they can't find anybody in the slot area. And Novi got it behind the net. They start out at center ice. Taken there by Frietzer. Frietzer's over the line. His shot's right on. And another shot that went wide off a stick. Now Novi. Novi trying to get it out in front. They're directly in front of the net and bringing it out for Team Canada. That's Anderson. Anderson over the line. Anderson into the corner. Right on top of him is Naliba. Gets it out in front. All the defensemen were playing in deep. And players unable to protect the point, and the puck came out at center ice. Now Kaberle over the line. He drops it for Novi. Novi getting set, rolls it in front. It's loose there. They get a second whack at it. Another shot that's wide. Now around behind the net. Anderson putting it into the corner. A high sticking penalty will be called. A high sticking penalty called to score Czechoslovakia 3, Canada 0. This is CTV's Wide World of Sports. There's John Devaney from Edmonton, graduate of the University of Alberta, business degree or commerce degree. Most valuable player at the University of Alberta last year. Team that won the national championship collegiately. Now Dvorak back in his own end. Over the far side for Novak. Dvorak behind his net. He'll just leave it there now for Justin Novak. Novak starting out. Novak just poking it out to center ice. Aberman's over the line. Aberman has a goal here. He dropped it off. Primo stopped it. And it's cleared away by Canada and Devaney. And back to get it. For Czechoslovakia, Miroslav Dvorak. Dvorak on his way out of the zone now, just taking his time. And the penalty has just expired as the puck is cleared off to the right side. Novak clears it in behind the net. After it there is Joe Grant from Canada. Primo is jammed in against the boards, and they'll pin it in there, and it's called for a face-off.
Well, there we see Kevin Primo, and he's an outstanding skater. He works very, very hard, a very hard checker, does a lot of our good forechecking, and that was one of the keys to the game in Calgary, and maybe we're having a little problem tonight, a little bigger ice surface here at the Forum. The forechecking works very well when the opposition doesn't have the same amount of time to handle the puck, especially a team like the Czechoslovakian national team.
Well, a certain amount of experience with that big ice surface for Primo. Played in Davos, Switzerland last year. Down on the left side is Barry. Barry in against the boards. McLean. McLean loses it. Here's a chance for Czechoslovakia. Is breaking loose now. Down over the line comes Kozar. He gets set in front of it. He shoots. He scores. Kozar had a break and made a good move in front of Bob Dupuy and put it home to make it 4-0 Czechoslovakia. We'll see the play as it unfolds from the blue line, and the defense got caught.
Well, really, the defense didn't get caught as much as Paul McLean trying to throw the puck rink wide from just inside the blue line. Kozar getting the breakaway, makes a little move to the side, puts the puck behind Dupuy. But one thing you have to do when you get the puck over the line, you have to drive deep. Take that defender deep before you make your play. You can't make the play at the line.
By the way, we should mention the shots on goal right now are 11-1 favor Czechoslovakia. They have 4 goals, and they have dominated this one territorially as the puck is cleared into the corner now. Racing after it down there is Barry. He clears it behind the net. In deep is Paul McLean, number 17, behind the net for Kevin Maxwell. This is the big scoring line for the Olympians. They clear it out to the blue line, just crosses the line, and unable to contain it there was Ken Barry. And now Czechoslovakia feeding it back into their own end. Zindel, number 2, over to the far side. Vidislav clearing it out, gets it again. Now on this side, Bubla. Bubla at center ice. Maxwell's back in over the line now. Maxwell winding up a shot again right on. And a pile up in front of the net. But under all of that is Kralik, and he held on.
Here we see Paul McLean throwing that pass. The puck gets in his skates, and Bubla, the experienced defenseman, just moves up and zingo. And that hurts, and Stelio's having a hard time getting up off his knees. They're a little slow. Hopefully he'll be all right.
Well, they had him lined up perfectly, and when he saw the check thrown, it was as he was trying to pick up the skate out of his skates, and I think Bubla's been given a penalty on it. Don't forget, on Sunday night on CTV between 7 and 8 o'clock Eastern Time, you'll see a CTV special, a preview of the 13th Winter Olympic Games at Lake Placid, and you'll get an idea of the form of the games, the location of the various venues, the facilities, and they are tremendous ones that have been built and constructed for the world's best athletes in Lake Placid, New York. That's Sunday night between 7 and 8 o'clock on CTV. Puck is bounced in as Team Canada now on a power play. Bubla has been given an interference penalty. Puck is in the corner. After it there is for Canada is Anderson. He gets it around to the far boards now. Starting out is Randy Gregg at center ice. Gregg, now he hit the line himself. Gregg goes all the way through, and he was just knocked off stride as he hit the line by Naliba. Now behind the net. Into the corner it goes. Devaney right out in front. A shot right on. And the short side, he got it that a little higher. It had been in the net. Now at center ice, Anderson. Anderson ahead. Over the line comes Devaney. And he just couldn't go to the stick handle on it. And it's taken away by Vidislav and shot down the ice. Out of the net is Dupuy. He holds onto the puck and then leaves it there for Anderson. Anderson, number 2 for Canada. at center ice. Over to the far boards it goes. Devani is over the line. It's shoveled off into the corner by Primo. Behind the net, now rolled at it. It was there. Now here's Gregg clearing it into the slot. He's checked on the play, and the puck is out at center ice once again. Now cleared away right onto the stick of Anderson. Anderson to the far boards with 47 seconds left in the penalty. Now starting out for Canada at center ice. It's Pirelli. Pirelli over the line. He's checked, and the puck is back out at center ice once again. Check thrown there by Anderson. It's cleared in over the line. Maxwell digging after it, but out of the net to clear it away is Kralik. But Canada still has it inside the zone, although unable to maintain possession of it was Maxwell. Now here's Waters with a shot, and he hooked that just wide of the net. Spring at this point clears it into the corner. Maxwell along the boards. Again, Spring after it, gives it to Maxwell. Maxwell cutting into the slot down to Barry, and it goes off a couple of legs, and there'll be a tripping penalty called. With 9 seconds remaining in the penalty to Bubla, a tripping penalty is going to be called against Czechoslovakia's Vladimir Martinez.
Well, one of the things that's really puzzled me about the Czechoslovakian team here tonight is when they kill that penalty, usually they chase you. They chase you all over the place. They don't set up in a zone. They don't come back in their wings. They forecheck you aggressively. They chase you when you've got possession of the puck in their zone, and they were content to let us have the puck a little bit there and give us some room to operate, and we did have a few good chances moving that puck around, but usually they chase, try to get you to give up the puck.
All right, for a few seconds, it'll be a two-man advantage. The puck is kicked out to center ice, so that'll just about end the two-man advantage as Waters gets it at his own blue line. Bubla about to come out of the penalty box. Spring gets the puck at center ice. Spring being pressed there by Novi. Now Spring gets the return pass, then feeds it back across ice again to Waters. At center ice, Waters gets it again. Spring, as Canada having trouble getting underway here. Now to the boards. It's cleared in by McLean. Puck behind the Czechoslovakian net. Naliba checked on the play. Puck goes in against the glass on the far boards. Now it's cleared out into the slot, but there's nobody there that can reach that one as Bubla, the veteran, shoots it down the ice. And going back for it will be Waters. Waters behind his own net. Waters will start out. Waters with that puck to the far boards. There it's Maxwell. Maxwell over the line and just couldn't get through as it's hooked away from him by Kaberle, number 15 for Czechoslovakia. Now against the boards, Maxwell. Maxwell gets a return pass there from Barry. They try to get it out in front. There's a chance. The shot's right on. Second shot. Just failing to deflect it there was Barry. Out to the blue line it comes. Waters clearing it in against the boards. Maxwell circling away. Now trying to get it behind the net. Here's a chance as they try to work out into the area in front of the net, but they were checked once again. Now Waters with 43 seconds left in the power play. It's shot between the defensemen and down the ice, and Dupuis will come way out of his net and leave it for Spring. Spring starting out. Spring at center ice, clearing it ahead off Barry's stick, but it's over the line into Czechoslovakia territory. It's cleared out to center ice once again. 24 seconds left in the penalty as once again Czechoslovakia gets control, and Stastny and Marian Stastny clearing it in. Spring on this side. Ahead at center ice, McLean. But again, a check thrown as Sindel turns away with it. Sindel to the line. Sindel is offside as breaking in too quickly on the left side was Marian Stastny.
Well, that hurts when you're down 4-0 and you have two consecutive power plays. There we see Bobby Dupuis. But if you have those two consecutive power plays, you'd like to think you come up with a goal and try to get back in the hockey game. And against the Czechoslovakian team, you've got to capitalize on those opportunities, because in some of those close games, that's the difference. Whether how well you operate when you've got the man advantage and how well you can play when you're shorthanded. But you've got to put that puck in the net when you've got the advantage.
4-0, Czechoslovakia leading. 22 seconds remaining in the first period as the puck is cleared down into Czechoslovakian territory. They get it out to center ice. O'Malley unable to contain it there as it's hooked away by Martinez. In over the line now. With the puck was Marian Stastny, but a shot right back out again. And Nil takes a hit as he backed up with the puck. And it's in Czechoslovakian territory as the siren goes to end the first period. Czechoslovakia decided winners of that period. 4-0 is the score. They outshot Canada 12-5 in the period. So at the end of the first period, the score, Czechoslovakia 4, Canada 0. We'll return with the second period. Coming up next, an Olympic preview, the Nordic Combined. Canada territory. Ron Davidson taking the draw. Puck is hooked into the corner. Warren Anderson, number 2, feeds it back behind his own net. Randy Gregg, team captain for Canada. Gregg hitting it straight up ice, and again we're going to get icing. A little of a disturbing pattern as it's touched, and they beat him to the puck in the corner, so the icing is wiped out. Here's Gregg, fanned on it, rolled in front, and trying to poke it over to his teammate in front was Glenn Anderson, but unable to control it as he got it caught up in his skates. Marian Stastny. Stastny starting out. Feeds it ahead and off a stick. Taking in deep is Peter Stastny. Stastny rolls it out in front. Nobody there. Jim Nill, number 12, feeds it back into his own corner. And Warren Anderson has got it. Gregg along the boards. Center ice, Davidson at center ice for Anderson. Anderson over the line. Nill into the corner, and he's chased away from it. Here's a chance for Gregg as he gets in front of the shot. Through the path there of Kralik, and then went out the far side. It's pinned in against the boards and called for a face-off.
Well, maybe we can get another look at this. Here we had Jimmy Nill and Glennie Anderson moving over the boards, and here's one of the things where here's Glennie Anderson throwing the puck to Nill, moving to the net, and you see Randy Gregg just coming in late. Here's Randy moving over the line, getting the opportunity. The puck seems to go between the legs of the Czechoslovakian goaltender and out the other side, but a close call from Canada.
All right, the face-off will be deep in Czechoslovak territory, and it rolls right to the goal from the face-off. Cleared into the corner. We're working behind the net there. That's Dalvis in forechecking. Martinez, number 10, bounces it out towards the blue line, but it's still in Czechoslovak territory as Novak is forced to circle back, and we've got a little pushing and shoving going on between Stelio Zupancic and I believe also Milan Halupa was involved.
No, we're going to get the penalty to the Czechoslovakian defender, and this is what they're doing all the time. They got called 3 times. I was wondering when referee Bernier was going to crack down on this. We got the opportunity. The Czechoslovakians love to screen and hold on their breakouts. They love to interfere with your forecheckers, and they're always in your way. It's normally considered in North America to be interference, but here we have the Czechoslovak. There we have him. See, oops. See, he's supposed to be screening him at this point here. There you see the man trying to get out the puck out of the Czechoslovakian end, circling behind the 2 of them, but he actually had a hold of Zupancic, preventing him from going to the Czechoslovakian, trying to move the puck out of his own zone.
All right, we've got the power play again. Working to the side of the net now. Shot wide of the net. Digging over to the far side is Don Spriggs. He feeds it behind the net. There's Dalvis. Dalvis along the boards. Waters trying to reach for it. He's got the puck. Waters shoveling it into the corner now. They'll try and find a man at the point if they can. Waters one-handing that puck along the boards. He gets the man at the point now. Dalvis getting set. Feeds it in. There it's Zupancic. He rolls it back out to the blue line now. There's taken by Dalvis. In for Zupancic. Zupancic circling into the corner now. The crowd getting excited. The puck rolls out in front, and unable to control it was Glenn Anderson, and it rolls out to center ice. He just got that one caught in his skates. Spring shoots it in. It's fired right back out over center ice by Dvorak. Now here comes Canada again. Waters coming to the line for Spring. Spring is over the line. Oh, here's Zupancic. Zupancic looking for the man in front. It does. He finds him, but standing on the shot was Glenn Anderson. And a puck comes to goaltender Jacek Kralik, and it's called for a face-off, and we've got a little more talk going on between Zupancic this time and Jan Neliba, number 3 for Czechoslovakia.
Well, there we see Kralik straightening out his mask, but here was the close call. Zupancic had the puck free at the side of the net. Here we see him looking. He throws it. Glennie Anderson moving just in front of the net, just fails to tip that puck over Kralik in the Czechoslovakian net.
Out there now, John Devaney gets the draw. Puck is intercepted in the corner by Coberley, and he flips it out to center ice. Racing after it there was number 23, Pozar. Cleared back into Czechoslovakian territory. Neliba shooting it out over center ice. We've got 45 seconds left in the power play. Back in front of his own net now, Warren Anderson. Anderson over to the side for Devaney. Devaney at center ice. Devaney hitting the line, still controls that puck. Primo reaches for it. Devaney chases it over to the far side, but they can't control it. Novi racing after it at center ice, but Anderson took it. Now it's cleared to the line. Spun around as he hit the line was Pozar. And it is called, and I believe we'll get interference called here.
Well, I think that was a little bit of a dive taken by Pozar. You people judge for yourself, but Randy Gregg is getting the penalty. You just hate this. Here we see Milan Novi moving. Warren Anderson just tips it off the boards. The puck goes to Pozar. Well, maybe a little bit of the, oops, there's the little spin around and so on. Well, maybe one more spin than he needed to do going down there, but Randy Gregg gets the thumb.
That comes with 25 seconds remaining in the Halupa penalty. 4-0, Czechoslovakia leading. And there he is, Randy Gregg, a doctor of medicine. He has his degree, graduate. Played for the University of Alberta Golden Bears, who were the CIAU champions the last 2 years under Coach Claire Drake. Took your title away from you, Tom. Tom's not saying anything. A bitter pill, right? Out to the blue line it comes. Here's Vidislav. Vidislav gets it over to this side. Bubla getting set in front. Nicely blocked at the defense by Waters. Against the boards now. It's hammered off the boards. Berry can't get out. Cleared in deep from the blue line by Stastny. And circling away with it is Kevin Maxwell. Maxwell goes down as he tried to come out of his own zone, and moving back to make a good check there was Don Sprigg. Very alert on that play as Tim Waters shoots it down the ice. 1:28 remaining in the power play for Czechoslovakia now as Team Canada changes on the go. Stastny, Peter Stastny, one of two brothers on the team. Gets it out to center ice. There it's taken by Marian Stastny. And we're going to get a penalty called here. Fournier's got his arm up, and Canada may be winding up 2 men short here. Coming over the line now, and it's Stastny. Stastny feeds it to the far boards, taken by Marian Stastny. He clears it along the boards. They flip it out to the blue line, and finally Canada touches the puck. I'll tell you, I would have given the puck up right about then and set myself up for a 2-man advantage.
I agree very much, Ron. That's a key point. This is what we tell our own hockey club. Here we're going to get a look at the foul. Here we see Kenny Berry just moving in, trying to get, but that's the aggravating thing that happens with the Czechoslovakian team. We see Kenny Berry in the box along with Randy Gregg. He's interfered with by the forechecker, and he comes back and fouls the Czechoslovakian man, where possibly the original call should have been an interference call, because that's the way they work the puck out of their own zone. But one of the things you're trying to do is you really want to give them the puck at that point so you could have the 2-man advantage for longer. And really, I think the Czechoslovakian team helped us a little.
Cost them 15 seconds, as a matter of fact. It's against the boards now. Czechoslovakia with a 2-man advantage. 45 seconds left in one of the penalties now. And try to get set. Rolled over. Here's a chance for Dvorak. He shot it wide. His parked right in front was Martinet. It's out to the blue line. Dvorak again, number 9. Feeding it in. And Aberman out to the blue line. They're shooting it in as Bubla. He gets it into the corner. Novak back to Bubla. Bubla in front of the net for Dvorak. They clear it in front. They score! With 24 seconds left in one of the penalties. And Canada will still play a man short. A power play goal.
Well, here we're going to have another look at it, but when you have players on the ice as the experience that Czechoslovakia had out there at that time in that power play. Here we see them moving the puck. Dvorak just throwing it on the edge to Novak, putting the puck easily behind Dupuis. But when they have the 2-man advantage, it's pretty tough against a team like this.
So with the score, Czechoslovakia 5, Canada 0 from the Montreal Forum. This is CTV's Wide World of Sports.
Well, there we see Paul Pajot, but you don't want martinets when you just get in the net. And of course, in international hockey, you're not allowed any warm-up. You have to go in cold. And Vladimir Martinet's just moving over the line there, just offside, straight offside. But you don't want to face him when you just come into the goal.
Pajot will be a hometown favorite here as he plays in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League with Shawinigan. On the face-off now, it's cleared into Team Canada territory, but breaking out very quickly is Maxwell. Maxwell to the line now. Maxwell along with number 17, Paul McLean, and Maxwell is spun around in the corner. Puck goes against the boards on the far side. Don Spring, and it's relayed out to center ice. Racing for it there is Aberman, but he is stopped on the play by Tim Waters. Now to the line, and Maxwell takes the puck away. Circling at his own blue line at center ice now. Berry stick handling to the line. This is the number 1 scoring line for Canada. Against the boards, Paul McLean, number 17. McLean circling away from the checking. He rolled it out in front, but covering up on the play was Martinet. And he gets to the center ice for Noby. Noby to the line, and he had it roll off his stick. Now McLean. McLean to Maxwell. Maxwell feeding it back, and Berry coming off the ice just ignored that puck, let it go back into his own end. He was heading for the bench. Now it's cleared out over center ice, and chasing after it is Coberly. He'll take it. Cleared around the boards. On this side, Pozar back behind his net for Coberly. Coberly, Noby. Noby, number 6. A long lead pass out at center ice for Frietzer. In over the line it comes. And Grant's got it. Grant for Canada to Terry O'Malley. O'Malley's checked on the play. Frietzer going in. And Noby gets it out in front. There's the shot right on. And Pajot took it off his chest protector and covered up very quickly on the rebound.
Well, that's what you want to do. The first time you're in the net, you want to get that stop. And really, the shot hit him dead on. Here we have the puck being lost just inside the line, being hooked back. Here it comes into the slot. All in one motion from Coverley. Pajot stopping it, dropping on the rebound, getting the face-off.
There's the youngster, Paul Pajot. Got a good hand for that save. As I said, he'll be a hometown favorite here. And the face-off taken by Stastny. That's Marianne Stastny. Goes back to Bubla at the blue line. And a strong fellow, that Bubla. A bit of a battle along the boards there with Canada's Jim Nill.
Well,
8 times he has been to world and Olympic competition, Bubla.
he really likes to move up on the play. He likes to get involved in the attack. He'll move right down, right into that slot, trying to get those goals. He loves to go on the attack. He doesn't like to stay back on that blue line.
Second period action here at the Montreal Forum. 5-0. Czechoslovakia leading us down over the line. Comes Anderson. He gets set in front. He shoots right on the rebound. They score! Canada has scored on the rebound. It was Ron Davidson who got into that slot to pick up the rebound and ran it home past the sprawling Izzy Kralik.
Well, really, it was Glennie Anderson that made the play, but Davidson started it. Davidson, right from the face-off, threw it ahead right to the boards to try and hit Glenn Anderson on the fly. Anderson picks up that puck, went right around the defender. Here we see the face-off. Watch, just throwing it straight ahead, right to them. Here we have Anderson in full flight, and watch him cause the confusion in front of the net. He just cuts, right in front, gets his backhand away. Kralik makes the original stop, but here we have the puck laying on the doorstep. Bubla trying to get it, goes by it. Can't do that. Here we have Ronnie Davidson reaching back, just pulling it underneath Kralik.
I think it was Jim Nill that credited to. He's number 12 in the picture there, and he apparently has been credited with the goal. Now Canada, see if they can pick it up a little bit. They still trail by 4 in this game as the puck is cleared out over center ice. And racing down after it for Czechoslovakia is Bohuslav Eberman. Nil from Anderson. That's the way they scored officially, and the score is 5-1. Czechoslovakia still leading this one. From behind the net for Canada, Randy Gregg cleared it out of center ice. Here's the race for the puck, and down on the play goes Stadio Stefanczyk. Is pushed into the corner, and there will be a penalty.
This is the same type of play. Here we have Stefanczyk that he got hit by Bubla. He just moved in from his wing, trying to get behind, and was pulled down, forced to have the interference call.
With the score, Czechoslovakia 5, Canada 1. Let's pause for a moment. Behind the net now, and Dvorak in the penalty box as Canada will organize from behind his own net. Don Spring out to center ice, but it went off a skate and it's fired back into Canada's zone. And Waters, Tim Waters from Kamloops, BC, student at Michigan Tech. He starts out. Waters ahead. Devaney at center ice now. And Lamoureux shooting it in. Racing after it is Primo. Primo digs it into the corner. And it's cleared away. And there's going to be another penalty call to Czechoslovakia, I believe, for hooking.
No, it's not hooking. He held the puck. Coverley closed his hand right on the puck, and that's a 2-minute penalty. You can knock it down with an open hand. There's the deflection off Kralik. It's against the glass. Now watch. He carries it actually for out. There he does, and then he throws it ahead, but he didn't close his hand on the puck. Fournier right on the play, calls the second Czechoslovakian penalty in a row.
Fournier's been strict in this hockey game. Front to six, Coverley in the penalty box, and Canada will have a 2-man advantage for a minute and 15 seconds, barring any further penalties. And they have out there right now on the power play, Devaney at center. On right wing, Paul McLean. And on left wing, it's Kevin Primo. It's behind the net now, taken by McLean. McLean poking away at it, and they hold it in there, and it's called for a face-off. So the penalty then, Coberly for holding the puck. And 1:07 left in the penalty to Dvorak. Into the corner, the puck goes. They try to clear it away. It's blocked in there. Taken by Devaney. Devaney goes down, but the puck goes all the way around to the far boards. Now Primo trying to get loose with that puck. Cleared all the way down the ice. And Waters will go back for it. Number 5. Waters behind his own net. Coming back is Devaney. As Waters starts out now. Waters at center ice. Waters ahead on the far boards for Spring. He flips it in, works into the corner after that puck. Spring jammed in there by Naliba. Cleared around the boards now. Canada try to get it out in front. Spring gets it. Spring trying to get a man in front. He's tied up back there, and it's left. It's cleared out in front now. Here's a chance. There's a clear wide of the net. That shot taken there by Paul McLean. Cleared into the corner past Primo. And Naliba behind his own net clears it out to Spring at the blue line. Spring over to this side for Waters. Waters getting set. He tried to clear it rink wide, now has to recover at the blue line. Now Waters winds up, the shot is wide. Off the back glass now, over skating it. Twice now getting it on the backhand. Here's the shot, they shot and fanned on it. Oh, what a chance that Maxwell had. He is partially fanned on it. Not Maxwell, but McLean had a great chance at the side of the net.
Well, here we have him controlling the puck behind the net, but we shouldn't really try to control behind the net. The puck's at the point. The original shot, here you see Timmy Waters getting it again. The shot comes through. There you see the puck just going off the glass behind the net, controlling it behind the net, moving it in front. We have Paul McLean. There we see John Devaney in front, but the puck comes across to Paul McLean, just moving across. There's Paul all by himself in front of the net. The puck comes through, and he just fails to get the lumber on it. Whoops, he had the whole open side there. If he sticks on the puck, it's in.
Play is back underway now. Canada still with one-man advantage now. One penalty has ended. The puck is out to the blue line. Getting set out there as Anderson. The shot is clear to the side of the net. And a shot is blocked and is brought out to center ice. After it on the far boards, Dvorak. 24 seconds left in the second penalty. As Canada comes out with the puck again. Maxwell to the far side for Anderson. Anderson over the line, and he had trouble with it just as he hit the line and put himself offside. 14 seconds left in the penalty to Coberly. There you see Warren Anderson, played in Oshawa as a junior, 5 years at the University of Toronto under Tom Watt, 2 times All-Canadian. University hockey. Also played a year in Malmö, Sweden. Lots of international experience on this team. Over the line now, it's Berry. Berry into the corner. Leads it along the boards to this side now. Greg started in after it. Now he's got it. Flips it around in the corner on the far side. The penalties have expired against the boards. Flipped in. Now taking it there is Anderson. Anderson behind the net. Anderson flipping it out to the side of the net and unable to get his stick on it was Maxwell, and the puck is in the corner. Now out at center ice. Anderson again. Anderson, rink wide. Back for Greg. Greg over for Anderson. Anderson turning with it, back to Greg. Now Canada will move up. At the blue line, Greg. Greg speeding it straight ahead, past Maxwell, and it's cleared away by the goaltender, erasing any possible icing on the play. Greg gets it back at center ice. Greg over for Nill. Nill's over the line. Nill slammed in against the boards, but Maxwell's got the puck. Maxwell around the net, and he nearly got that one past the goaltender, who had to be alert. A quick shot taken. Now behind the net. Back to get it, Naliba, number 3. Naliba in the corner. Being checked by Nill. Clears it in front of his own net. Off the boards at center ice. It hops over the stick of Aberman. And way out of his net is Pajot. He scoops it off the ice and stops further play. The score, Czechoslovakia 5, Canada 1. Let's pause for a moment. Olympics double gold medal winner Andrea Mead Lawrence will be featured. Her event, women's alpine skiing, and what a great performance she put on back in 1952 in Oslo, Norway. Here's a shot right on. Pajot's down there on his knees, and he makes the stop. I'll tell you one thing, I like the way he plays his position.
Well, he's very steady. Not only I went to scout him twice. I saw him play in Hull one night and another Sunday afternoon in Sorel. In both games, he was the player of the game.
perfect position to make that stop. Good potential screen shot there from the face-off now. Taken by Waters. Waters having trouble in the traffic there with Peter Stastny out in front, and Marianne Stastny shot it wide. Less than a minute remaining in the period now. In against the board, taken by Marianne Stastny. Gets set, drops it back from Peter Stastny. They hit the post with it. Now it's against the boards. Here comes Canada. Out to center ice, leading the Russians. Dalby. He's over the line. The shot. And that one was blocked by Kralik. In against the boards, Waters. Waters in for Stepancic. And then back out to Waters, where it's pinned in against the boards and held for a face-off. Well, Canada on the year, 1979-80. This is the Olympic team. Pretty impressive, really, and they played some pretty tough opposition at times. 25 victories, 11 losses. Lost 3 times to the Soviet Union in tournament play, I guess. Just twice, correct that. On the face-off now, Canada leading it over to the far side. There's a shot coming in from the blue line, and the save in front of that net. Now a check is thrown by Halupa, number 5. Puck is loose and taken by Aberman, number 12. He's the captain for Czechoslovakia. Aberman to the far boards. Martinez back to Aberman to Martinez. Martinez getting to the front of the net. It's loose there, and it's cleared away as the defense bottled up in front of goaltender Pajot. Behind the net, it's Gregg. Gregg backhanding a pass, and it went right by Warren Anderson, but Devaney's got it. Devaney throwing it all the way through center ice, and that'll be the period. Well, they split the goals in the second period. A much better period, certainly, for Canada. So the score at the end of the second period is Czechoslovakia 5, Canada 1. The shots on goal after 2 periods of play, Czechoslovakia 20, Canada 15. We'll return with the third period. Coming up next, an Olympic preview, women's alpine skiing. And Anton Stastny fanned on that. The puck is brought back out to center ice. Set off on the boards now, trying to get around. He's got to roll it. What a save taken there by Kralik. And he hangs on.
Well, here we have another look at it here. We have Lamoureux just sliding it underneath the defender's stick to Devaney. Devaney sliding it back, getting the puck up. Kralik getting his body in front of the rebound coming down. And Kevin Primo, as always, that's one of the things Kevin Primo does. He drives to that net, being right there in case the puck was dropped by the Czechoslovakian goaltender.
The line is Devaney, Primo, and Lamoureux for Canada's roll in front right through a couple of legs there as Primo is again parked in front of that net. Now starting out for Czechoslovakia. Rink wide pass. Breitzer trying to get over the line. Canada showing a little more life here in this period as Lamoureux circles back into his own end. Now feeds it off on the far boards there. Devaney. Devaney shooting it up ice. Back to get it is Halupa. Out to center ice. Taken by Canada again. Backhanded in by Devaney. Racing in after it is Lamoureux along with Primo, number 21. In against the boards on the far side. Jesse Novak. Feeds it away for Aberman. Aberman starting out at center ice. Aberman takes a hit there. As coming across ice was Gregg. And coming off the bench now and over the line comes Canada with Maxwell. Maxwell tried to get it back to the point. It went right by Randy Gregg. Czechoslovakia back with it now. Novak over the line. Trying to feed it out in front. And a good defensive play there by Don Spring. It's out at center ice. Taken for Czechoslovakia by Pozar. Pozar dropping it back on the far boards. Dvorak. Dvorak is checked. And Canada again trying for it. Spring getting that puck, shooting it into the corner. Maxwell digging in after it along with Pozar. Pozar is behind the net. Pozar in against the boards. Maxwell fanned on it. It's cleared right through the legs of Spring down into Canada's zone. Racing in with it is Martinez, and he's chased behind the net by Tim Waters. Now Canada again on its way to center ice. At center ice, it's Maxwell. He's over the line, clears it to McLean. McLean out in front of the net. It's intercepted up high in the air and is held for a face-off by goaltender Jesse Kralik.
Well, Paul McLean twice tried to get the puck through. Kenny Berry was free on the far side. Had he been able to slide it over, Berry would have had a good opportunity as he broke around the defenseman. Here we see Aberman breaking away, and of course he's got great speed. Randy Gregg just coming across from the side, just upends him with a terrific check. But Aberman, the captain of the Czechoslovakian team, he's the speedster.
Face off down in Czechoslovakian territory. Davidson out there along with Nil and Glenn Anderson. We're watching for this Anderson. Here's a chance right in front of the net. Off the face off by Ron Davidson. We're watching Anderson throughout the Olympic tournament. Youngster has tremendous potential. Puck is cleared to the blue line, not out. Good play there by Nil. Nil speeding it in. Past O'Malley. Puck hops high in the air now behind the net. And will be pinned against the boards there by Yusif Bubla. And another face-off in the Czechoslovakian zone. And Terry O'Malley skating back to the blue line. A lot of years. Makes his home at Wilcox, Saskatchewan. Talked to Terry O'Malley last year. He was a coach of the Notre Dame midget team that played in the National Midget Championship. There's a shot. He coached that team. Took them to the semifinals. A good hockey club. And puck is pinned in against the boards by Nil and held there. There's a fellow who scored a lot of goals in junior hockey. Jim Nil, 47 goals with Medicine Hat 3 years ago. Comes from Hanna, Alberta, which is the same town that produced Lanny McDonald. Jim Nil. Drafted by the St. Louis Blues. Elected to play with Canada's Olympic team. Against the boards now. Canada, O'Malley shooting it in. Picking it up for Czechoslovakia. That's Marian Stastny out at center ice now. Peter Stastny over the line there for Anton Stastny. Trying to get around the defense. Rolls it in front. Now's the chance. Right in front. They shoot. Oh, what a save there by Pajot. Canada out to the blue line now. Kadlec shoots it. It's wide of the net. In behind the net now. O'Malley beats it through the legs of the forechecker, and it's fed all the way down the ice by Glenn Anderson. Back to get it is Kadlec, who's making his first appearance on the ice in this game. And it's called on the icing and a face-off down in Team Canada's end.
Well, here we see the 2-on-1 break. Terry O'Malley coming back to pick up the last man. But Brad Peary doing a good job one-on-one against Stastny here, riding him. The puck comes loose out in front. The forwards coming back, follow through on the check, but a good job done by Peary.
With the score, Czechoslovakia 5, Canada 1. From the Montreal Forum, this is CTV's Wide World of Sports. Play underway from the face-off in Team Canada territory. Starting out is Dalvis at center ice. Dalvis along with Pearsall. He takes a shot. It's blocked right at the goal by Kralik. And cleared out on the right wing for Yusif Bubla. Bubla at center ice. Stastny, Anton Stastny trying to find Peter Stastny in front, who drops it back intended for Marian Stastny. There's the shot. And it trips high into the crowd. Taken by Kadlec at the blue line. And Pajot has had a fair amount of work, but the shots on goal are slowly tightening up here. A little better, I think, a little more offense we've seen in the starting, I guess, about the 15-minute mark of the first period. I think things started to get going a little bit for Canada.
Well, here's the Czechoslovakians moving in late. They like to do that. They like to come in late. Their defensemen aren't afraid to move right up into that slot, and that's what they did, coming over the blue line. The late pass, the shot, Pajot deflecting right up over the net.
Well, the three Stastny brothers are out there. Number 2 is Peter Stastny. Number 18 is Marian. And number 20 is Anton. And puck is cleared down the ice. On a 2-line pass, so they'll take it back for a face-off near the top of the face-off circle in Team Canada territory. As you look at Team Canada's bench and Lauren Davis. Well, remember Lauren Davis playing defense. I brought him out of retirement in 1966 in Ljubljana, Yugoslavia. I'll tell you some stories about that tournament. He's officiating the game against Sweden. Canada won. Now kicking it into the corner. Aberman slammed against the boards. Tried to shovel it away. Behind the net now, Aberman again without a stick. And it's cleared away by Canada out to center ice. Now racing after it. There is Dalvis. Dalvis over the line. Feeds it in front. Look at the shoot. He hit the side of the net. Great chance there by Jed Little. I'm sorry, Zupancic. And we're going to get a penalty call. That is Zupancic who got the chance, but he went to the backhand and shot it into the side of the net. The penalty is being called for slashing.
Well, here we have Delvis, who had just broken on the 2-on-1, throwing it by Dvorak over to Zupancic. Zupancic tries to pull Kralik to his backhand. He does have some room. Seems to just have it off the side of the net and going behind, but an opportunity. And penalty coming on the two-hander after the play for Czechoslovakia, being short at this time. So we'd like to get back with a power play goal here.
Well, Martinez slashing is actually the call.
Number 10,
The face-off now back to the blue line. A loop correction at the blue line. It's Waters. He shoots it in there. And it's gloved by Kralik. And we'll have another face-off to the left of the Czechoslovakian goal. The power play for Canada. John Devaney. Primo. Spring on defense along with Waters. As the puck is cleared down the ice, the other wingman is Glenn Anderson. Now Spring. Starting out. Spring to his blue line to center ice. Spring working down those left boards. Feeds it in over the line. Good play down to Primo. Primo rolls it in front. And it is knocked out of the air, but it's still kept in. Now it's intercepted that pass. Waters put it right on the stick of Jussi Novak. He gave it away, but then got it again and cleared it down the ice. Spring behind his own net. Spring starting out for Canada. Stops up. Gives it up at center ice for Delvis. He hits the line. He stops on the play. The puck against the boards. Anderson cleared along the boards. Anderson's lost his stick. It goes right through the legs there of Randy Gregg. And at center ice, it is Anderson. Anderson to Gregg. Gregg ahead for Devaney. Devaney over the line. Anderson tried to make his move through the defense there, and Caberlet didn't go for it. Now in behind the net. Into the corner it goes. Taken by Primo and cleared out to the blue line and down the ice. Past Randy Gregg. He'll go back into his own end for it. Gregg feeding it back. Anderson. Warren Anderson from behind his net. Out at center ice. The pass intended for Devaney. On the far boards, Primo. Novi unable to get loose. Comes to an open wing. And taken by Caberlet. Circles back to his own blue line. 25 seconds remaining in the penalty. Canada hasn't done much on this power play as the puck is cleared into the corner. After it in there is Gregg. Gregg out at center ice. Here comes Canada 2-on-1. Down over the line. Maxwell. He shoots right on. And Kralik hangs on. And we'll have a face-off. Well, the 13th Olympic Winter Games from Lake Placid, New York begin next week on CTV. February 14th will feature the men's downhill event, making the beginning of the Olympic alpine skiing. Canada's hopes, of course, will be high as Ken Reed, Steve Podborski, and Dave Irwin all rank at the top of the world in their event. The 13th Winter Olympic Games next week on CTV. The face-off, still inside the blue line. 9 seconds left in the power play. McLean tried to control it. Comes out to the blue line. O'Malley keeps it in. Maxwell shoots it out to center ice. Racing down over the line is Stastny. Stastny in front of the net for Bublik. Shot it wide as he went to his back. Canada comes back. The penalty is over. Coming out of his end now to center ice for Canada. It is Maxwell. Maxwell getting it again. Fed it to Barry, who didn't see it. Now he's got it over the line. Barry dropping it back now. Here's McLean's shot, and he's wide with it. Now against the boards. Still kept in by O'Malley. Maxwell. Here's a shot up flat. Oh, what a shot by Ken Barry. And right on, they're starting to tee it up now, but they can't beat Kralik.
Well, that's one of the things we work on. Here we see Lauren Davis looking, but here's the pass, a nice soft pass coming across from Maxwell so that Barry doesn't have to set it up. He shoots it all in one motion. Unfortunately, he didn't get any corners. He hit Kralik dead on with it. But he shot that. He didn't wait. He didn't wait as the puck came across. Maxwell you have to make that pass nice and soft. If you make it too hard, you've got to stop it and then shoot. And that extra time the goaltender gets set. But a nice soft pass, and Barry was able to shoot all in one motion.
All right, the face-off. Anderson's out there along with Nill, and taking the draw for Canada is Ron Davidson. For the face-off, cleared to Davidson. Davidson now against the boards, back to the blue line, kept in by Waters. Up high in the air, Waters moving after it. Now it's cleared in front of the net, off by two players, and behind his own net is Halupa. Halupa clearing it out to center ice. It went off the stick of Abermont. Out of his net is Pajot. Pajot against the board. Spring lost it. Here's a chance for Czechoslovakia. They tried to roll it across the goal mouth, but Martinez just couldn't make that pass click. Spring's got it. Spring ahead. Knocked down at the blue line. Martinez has got it. Martinez ahead. Novak at center ice. Novak, and he passed it right past Aberman, and Spring's got it. Spring out at center ice. Aberman turning with it. Spring gets it. Gives it off the skate of Davidson back into Team Canada territory, and Waters has got it. Waters at center ice for Nill. Nill to the line. Nill just off the stick now of Anderson into the corner. Check thrown in there. Anderson's got the puck. Anderson trying to work in front of the net. Anderson just made too many moves there. And finally Czechoslovakia covered up and bringing it out is Pozar. Pozar getting it away, but the shot went off a stick and winds up in the crowd. With the score, Czechoslovakia 5, Canada 1. Let's pause for a moment. And by Anderson. Anderson at center ice. Anderson hitting the line. Now Anderson with Davidson. It goes to the line. Anderson getting set now. Trying to get set. And finally it's cleared away at center ice. Bringing it down over the line. Pozar. Novi. The shot. There's the save. Pajot picking that one out of the air. Boy, I like the way he's played here the second half of the game. Well, don't forget the Olympics coming up, and there you see the schedule of events you'll be seeing as part of our Olympic Games coverage. At 8:30 on the 12th, 14th, and 16th Eastern Time, hockey. Don't forget Canada versus the Soviet Union on February 20th. That'll be 5 o'clock Eastern Time. And then the medal round coming up later on CTV's Olympic coverage. Back into his own end, Jan Zajac. He shoots it out to center ice. Taking it is Dalvis. Dalvis. Pearsall drops it into his end for O'Malley. O'Malley at center ice. O'Malley hooked on the play. Gets it again. O'Malley's over the line. O'Malley into the corner. Devaney, or at least he's checked there by Coverley. And Coverley's got it again back out at center ice. Coverley hitting the line. Coverley trying to feed the wing. Gets it again as he took it off the boards. And it's cleared away. There's nobody there. Here comes Canada. 3-on-1. Out at center ice. Dalvis has got it. He shoots. And he shot it high up into the crowd. Wonder why he took the shot from exactly that position, considering the rush Canada had going.
Well, actually, the Czechoslovakian team back-checked pretty well. Sapancic was picked up, and the drop man was there. It wasn't all that bad a play, and Dalvis has a great shot, perhaps the heaviest shot on the club, and he likes to use it. Maybe sometimes, as you say, Ron, too much, but it was just a question. You know, sometimes you make... if you make the pass and it goes in the net, you've made the right play. If you shoot it and it goes in the net, that's also the right play. But he's got an outstanding shot.
Well, the crowd has been reacting here, as you see inside Canada's net. A little bit of paper darts have been flying. Good crowd here at the Forum, close to 9,000 to watch this game. As Montreal wishes well to Canada's Olympic team on their way to Lake Placid. That puck is cleared all the way down to Pajot in front of Canada's net. And with Anton Stastny cutting right across the goal mouth, he covered that up and held it.
Well, there you see Paul Pajot, and we're happy about him. Obviously, they haven't scored on him in the last half of the hockey game. We're happy with our hockey team, the way we've hung in the last half of the game.
Well, you get rid of the early jitters, and it's actually not been a bad performance for Canada. They got behind early and just have not been able to capitalize on the chances that they have had. Bobla back in his own end. He clears it out to center ice. That long lead pass. Anton Stastny's over the line. Coming up is Marian Stastny, and Stastny's chased off the puck. Now in there is Marian. They roll it along the boards and down into Czechoslovakian territory, and Bobla is back into his end. We've got less than a minute left in this hockey game. Bobla out over center ice. Stastny. That's Anton over the line. Now Peter Stastny to Marian Stastny. Back to Anton Stastny to Bobla. Out in front of the net, and it rolls to Pajot with Anton Stastny on the doorstep. And again, we'll have a face-off in Canadian territory with 45 seconds left in the game.
And one of the things you have to learn if you're a goaltender, here we see Stastny coming to the bench. One of the things you have to learn, you can kill the puck anytime it's around the net. It's not like in the National Hockey League. It's not like playing North America. If that puck is loose anywhere around the net and you kill it, get the face-off, smart play.
On the face-off now behind the net, Anderson, Warren Anderson. Two Andersons on this team. Here's a chance. There's a shot right on. Now cleared away. Here's a chance for Novi. The shot And it's wide of the net. We have 30 seconds left. Behind the net, Pajot steps out, flips it into the corner for Warren Anderson. Anderson, Pirelli couldn't get it at the blue line. Anderson gets it again, flips it up into the Czechoslovakian bench. And it's called for a face-off with 20 seconds left. I would like to thank CFCF Television here in Montreal for supplying the facilities here at the Montreal Forum for today's telecast. Ed Purcell, our director. Thanks, boys. Face-off will be outside the blue line. Taken by Randy Gregg. Gregg rolls it down to the Czechoslovakian blue line. Gregg gets it again. Gregg tried to make a good move, and had he got a little more momentum going, he would have been home free going in as he got around Dvorak. Now inside the blue line with 4 seconds left. This hockey game is going to end with the play in center ice for the final score in this final tune-up for Team Canada. Czechoslovakia got into a big early lead. They had a 4-0 lead by the 12:36 mark of the first period. After that, they played pretty well even, dividing the goals through the second and third period. The final shots on goal, Czechoslovakia 29, Canada 25. The final score is Czechoslovakia 5, Canada 1. This is CTV's Wide World of Sports. So there you see the Molson International Award winners, the ceremony at center ice, and Tim Waters, the defenseman for Canada, the outstanding player for Canada's Olympic team in this final exhibition game, and the goaltender for Czechoslovakia, who played a pretty good third period. He was under a bit of pressure, Jussi Kranek. And so there you have it. And there's the scoring in the game. Czechoslovakia had a 4-0 lead, 12.5 minutes into the game. After that, they divided goals in the second period. Jussi Novak made it 5-0, and then Jim Nill with Canada's only goal.